Welcome back to the Pro Spirits Unify podcast. We're a movement, a network, a collective, a lifestyle, and there is no one leader because we're an open source, open ledger movement. Everyone can see everything that's going on. And we want to establish sort of a worldwide network of these leaders. We want to inspire you. We want to take your health to the next level, get your workshop set up so you can spread your own message, and much more to come. So I'm going to hand it over to Sean. He's the creator of Pro Spirits Unify and one of the leaders. He's asserted himself amongst the group. And,
just as you are, brother. Thank you.
That's what
Thank you very much. Yep. I'm the creator. My name is Sean. I'm 26 years old. And when we come into the universe, the world of Pro Spirits Unify, it's all of our highest timeline. And that's what it is. It's a movement for people from all walks of life, from all around the world. Good people, that wanna grow, evolve, and take care of themselves, their family, and take part in helping the community out and being a leader in that way, along with plenty other leaders in the community.
Absolutely. And there's been this floating idea about sort of like an all-in-one app around the community. And it's essentially open source Craigslist meets open source Uber, Twitter, GoFundMe.
Twitter.
Huh?
And TikTok.
Absolutely.
It's just like TikTok too.
So you mash all of that together and you have a bartering system, a one-to-one coin, which means that you can only earn it if you do a good deed. So you can only earn this type of currency through an exclusive action. That's a potential thing that we could do.
That
Not
is a
something we're doing
potential.
right
Yes,
now.
it is a
Down
great
the
idea.
line.
I like that. Yeah.
And then it makes it easy to do beach cleanups. You can see in the world, just like Pokemon Go, where this beach cleanup is. You can earn the coin that way. You can do good, like making good go viral, gamifying world change.
And hopefully we can get to the point where we don't even need a coin. Like, that's just a potentiality due to the circumstances of everything right now. But hopefully we could get to a point where we could trade resources instead of to the point, and learn and educate ourselves how we can pretty much create such an abundance that we have eternal resources because we're doing what we're supposed to do, which is take care of our planet, our environment, and ourselves and family and community.
Yeah. Because in a way, it's not an abundance problem anymore. We have the abundance. We throw away food, for God's sake, in America, just because nobody bought it. And so what this network does is it collects all the people that already exist out there. It collects all of the abundance, but not in a scammy kind of way, in a way where it's going to a nonprofit. It's going around and coming around. So let's say, Bobby in Arkansas has a solar panel that's been sitting in his yard. He doesn't use it. He doesn't need it anymore for whatever reason. He can give it up to the cause, but it's not just he feels good giving it. There's incentives baked in. And I think that these incentives is what these are going to move the population, because it's, you can be kind, but not a lot of people have time and to be able to be that generous. But if they get something back for doing the good, I think that creates a really interesting circumstance.
And we're still working on a lot of stuff. This is a work in progress, but we have to start, put ourselves out there to where people can understand and actually see us and who we are. And, the videos are self-explanatory, what we represent, the dignity, the morals, the integrity, all that stuff is, important. And, I was gonna say, when you brought up the, donations and everything, we're definitely gonna be. This is all about transparency. We're gonna be very, very to the point on what it will be for, what we're gonna do with all of this, what our intentions are exactly when it comes down to this type of stuff. You know what I mean? Because we believe in full transparency. We're tired of all of the negative things. We're done with all of the negative ways of manipulation and just greedy and hateful ways of operating on this planet.
Beautifully said.
When my friend refers to mushrooms too, I mean, he's very intelligent and knowledgeable about this medicine. We take it very seriously, stuff like this. Not that we're doctors, we're not promoting, but he educates people on mushrooms, psychedelics and stuff, and the healing the benefits and the responsible way of actually using it to acquire these healing properties. It's a you know what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
You know what I
Oh,
mean? So
I
yeah,
know what you're saying.
we take this type of stuff very seriously. Our health, our sanity. And so when we speak about that type of stuff, we don't speak about it that lightly, just for the
Yeah,
record. You understand?
absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah, we believe that that the mushroom is a medicine, and that it has to be used the right way, and that education will wash away stereotypes. Education will wash away sort of negative views and stigmas, and and that's it. It's going
And
to
another
be
and a
one
big
of the
thing
most
too. Yeah.
transformative tools for us as a species, because it's instant enlightenment. And if you know what to
And
do with that enlightenment, that's the stuff.
yes. And it's always good. Like it's like when we speak about that, because we're speaking about that right now. Um, that type of stuff, of course, like I said before, he's educated a lot of people on it, and like I said, it's important to take it very seriously, be in a controlled environment around people that you love and care about, not
Yeah,
around people that you might feel negative energy around, people that aren't on this journey living this lifestyle, pro spirit, if you will.
yeah. So, what is a pro spirit?
Pro life, being pro life, pro nature, and just being that professional spirit that we are, that we were designed to be. Um, there's so many brilliant people. That's why a big reason why I made this is for all different people from all walks of life, from all different places to come together, connect, and shine their brilliance. A lot of people are putting each other down these days. There's a lot of negativity, a lot of people that are trying to degrade and belittle others and make them feel less intelligent, and it's making a lot of smart, intelligent people become bitter. And we're here to bring each other together to have a real purpose in this world, to educate
Absolutely.
ourselves and others, spread
Yeah.
our light.
And making it easy. I think that's my favorite part is the minimum viable solutions to critical world problems. So when you hear something like, I want to solve world hunger, or let's solve world hunger, just the feeling of the immensity of that, right? It's been around forever. People are hungry. We get it, right? So it's always been thought about. How do we solve this? But it's easier than we think. If we just
And it's
replanted
become
one
so
seventh
neglected.
of the lawns in America to produce food, all of that land goes to use, and it's only 1/7 of the lawns.
Right. And
And we can feed
not just
everyone three times
hunger,
over. And
not
it
just
plays into
hunger,
bartering
homeless
economy
too.
and the farmers market and so on. So anyway, just wanted to complete that thought.
Yeah, not just the world hunger, homelessness too. We have not every neighborhood is not inhabitable due to nuclear stuff like that, or radiation. Like, not all abandoned neighborhoods. There's a lot of abandoned neighborhoods. There's so many abandoned houses, mansions, all this stuff. There's no reason for people to be homeless. You know, having a like people shouldn't. It's a right. It's not a privilege. You don't know. People shouldn't have to be exploited pretty much and endure this system to own a house, to have their own house. And the ones that do have their own stuff, they're pretty much being exploited. I mean, let's be real. This is for pro spirits. Like, when we all talk about this stuff and people come together and we understand it more, other people will understand it. So if you're a part of the very few out there that feel alone or whatever, or kind of are negative about the situation, like, oh, it's not going to change, that's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. And pretty much anybody's welcome, as long as they're to come in here and communicate and put themselves out there and everything. And I really want people to believe in themselves. I want them to fully shine their light. So, but in a flowing way, not a forceful way. I don't want people to try to force, because a lot of people have information, but when they become negative and you know their energy is kind of aggressive and whatnot. I mean, everything is energy. We're talking energy. That energy is destructive. It derives a lot of times from hate. You know what I mean, brother? So yeah, the positive energy thing, it's definitely important. And that's a big reason why I like working with you, brother. You know?
Ditto, man. And it really is beautiful. And so those for the people following you and the movement, what can they do to be a part of Pro Spirits Unify or even just larger world change?
Right. Well,
And what are you doing as a leader every day to guide them in the right direction and make them leaders?
right, exactly. Well, first off, I'm giving them a foundation of what we're about. And not only that, it's not just a movement, it's also a lifestyle. And and it clearly pretty much explains what we're about and the way we want to be and live. And we really believe in uh, emotional maturity, understanding others, treating others the way you would want to be treated, not going out of our way to harm others unless we need to harm somebody in critical self-defense. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. I mean, it's a lifestyle. It's productivity. It's healing our planet. It's solving issues. We're bringing the collective together to find solutions to these problems in a calm and collected manner.
Yeah.
That's what it's
And
for.
you guys out there who are following can definitely come on the podcast. Eventually, we're going to have a way to sort of filter in guests and expand the breadth of our topics because the community is the podcast, and it's the Pro Spirits Unify
Yeah, and,
podcast.
and we'll even get to the point where we'll have, maybe like further down the line, we'd have our own, studio or whatever, and we could all sit down in a group and have a conversation and really build that positive energy up together. With no insecurities. We come transparent, willing to heal, willing to learn from each other, willing to shine our brightness, and you know, synchronize.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Couldn't have said it better.
So much stuff to say, yet so much stuff to be done. You know, I
Yeah.
can't. We can't say everything all today. We're just trying to give the generalized stuff, and maybe we'll talk more about ourselves too later on. We haven't
Mhm.
really talked too much about ourselves, and it's not that important, at least right now. It's more about everyone else coming in. It's less about us, although we're of course we're gonna open up to
Yeah.
people. They can see our work. They can stuff like that.
Yeah. We can do a round circle and have a bunch of people introduce themselves at once. So that's kind of like maybe a monthly thing that we can do. All the new members that came, we can do a podcast where we all introduce ourselves, and
Yeah,
I
because
think
we're
that
gonna
sort
have
of
a
would
lot of
set a
ways to.
community vibe.
Yeah, and I want people to understand that Pro Spirits Unify is a safe haven. It's we're creating a safe haven, a heaven, for people to feel safe. Like at some point we're gonna, because people understand. Okay, these people support Pro Spirits Unify more than they're more than likely on a positive journey. They're moving forward. So that makes you feel better too. Oh, they support this. This is something nice. So hopefully one day too, like when people are more on board with this, when a lot of people know about this, we could even set up these community calls to action where the community meets up together and people get to know each other, and they all talk and oh, I do this, I fix this, I do this, and everybody can come together and feel safer and not feel so divided and disconnected from their peers or the community, and feeling afraid or judgmental. I think it's important that we come together so we can evolve and start realizing how much similar we really are. You know?
Yeah.